Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. Today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about finding your purpose. This conversation comes from several conversations that I've had with my students that I teach at the university. And I've learned so much from them, as well as my clients in my wellness practice. And I want to share a few very important points with you. Number one, the key to finding your purpose has nothing to do with what your well-intentioned, well-meaning family members and friends may have shared with you your purpose is. Because they, even with the best of intentions, may be sending you in the wrong direction because all they can see is the limitations that were placed upon them. All they can see are opportunities that they pursued, and they may or may not have worked out the way that they dreamed and imagined. And in the very most well-meaning way, they're advising you from a position of not wanting you to experience hurt and pain as well. So what do we do as we go deeper into the new year and become more aware and awake that maybe there is more to life than what we thought it was originally? How do we find our purpose? Let's dive into it. Number one, your purpose is often something that you find yourself gravitating towards that maybe even when you were younger, as young as 10 years old. And maybe people told you that this was an impossibility. Number two, your purpose is something that you may be afraid to step into because of responsibilities, a myriad of reasons, but nevertheless, it's kind of like a bird that is calling to its young chicks to come follow it. If you've ever watched any wildlife movies, you will see birds that have chicks and they're trying to teach them to fly. And if you'll look at that a little bit more closely, you notice the bird can never pick up the young chick and put it on its back and show it how to fly. It just eventually kicks it out the nest. And if that young chick happens to fly too far away from the nest, the mother bird never comes to get it and lead it back. It just continues to keep calling and calling and calling to the young chick until it finds its way home. Learning and rediscovering your purpose is a lot like that experience where life makes you feel as if you've been kicked out of the nest. But no matter what happens, no matter how far you travel, you still constantly feel that pull, that calling to return back to the nest. So the question is, that begs to be answered, what is calling you? When you think about, when you have a spot of time, when you are sitting in silence, what do you dream of? You can begin to take your power back, in your life. This leads me to my next point. A lot of people, once they begin to discover their purpose, all of a sudden they're completely stumped, and if not careful, you can begin to feel trapped yet again because now we're stuck and faced with a conundrum of, well, now how do I pursue my purpose and I still have responsibilities over here? Do I pack up everything and tell my employer goodbye, ta-ta, I'm off to pursue my purpose, I'll see you later? So how do we do this? You're beginning to triangulate and identify what your purpose is, or at least what's calling you, what you're drawn to. Do we pack up our bags and tell our employer, bye-bye, I'm off to pursue my purpose? By the way, can you keep my seat warm for me in case this all doesn't work out? No. There are ways to take bits and pieces and components of what your purpose is and who you need to become and what you need to be right here, right now, in your current position as you stand. For example, if your current purpose entails a certain level of organization, look around in your current place of employment and see where can you begin to hone and refine those skills or make those skills shine. The key here is not to completely abandon our goals here. We can do certain things such as intrapreneuring and start executing, honing, perfecting these skills right here, right now, where we are. This will also increase the enjoyment and the pleasure that you derive from your current job, no matter what job title you hold. Might even include a bonus for you in your current job as you begin to execute these things, because as you find more joy, more passion, more pleasure in your job, you will begin to shine. And when you begin to shine, more creativity is released because the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, becomes more and more engaged and uninhibited. And there's nothing more joyous than that, being uninhibited, stepping into, walking, talking, and breathing in a more authentic version of yourself. So go ahead, take the training wheels off as you begin to hone and define and see what your purpose is. Receive each lesson with gratitude and with an open mind, open body, and open spirit. Allow each step to illuminate in front of you as you are drawn to certain aspects of your path. Sometimes all the answers don't come at once. Don't beat yourself up over this. Instead, give yourself the opportunity to expand. This is how you'll find your footing, and this is how you'll be able to give yourself grace. This will also begin to lower the stress that you have in your current job. Now, there is one side effect of this that you'll find quite pleasant stepping into your purpose and finding your purpose. You become more authentic to yourself. And as you look at yourself in the mirror, your back will begin to straighten because you finally know that you are walking, talking, living, and breathing the life that they said was not possible for you. And you will begin to bolster and boost your joy. I know. It's a terrible side effect, isn't it? Being more joyful. And from there, you'll be able to piece more aspects of your life together from a calm and clear place instead of trying to white knuckle it down and hoping that the pieces fall into place. For clients in my digital wellness practice, what we found is the concept of a diet is really not where it's at. Grueling workouts is not where it's at. Taking advantage of your corporate gym membership, it's not where it's at either. What this is about transformation, transforming your life and transforming yourself from the inside out, being educated on what tools you need customized for you because everyone's different. What worked for her over here may not work for him over there, and being perfectly fine with that. Once you begin to unlock and identify the areas of your life that bring you joy, the areas that you can show up authentically as you, so much stress is released, and then you can construct a plan from clarity and calm instead of stress and feeling like you're backed into a corner and trapped. If living a life like this sounds like the prescription that you need, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Dr. Kirsten Grant, and I am so pleased to meet you. Bye.